This talk is about roadmaps. The topic is really why most digital roadmaps miss strategy and how to fix it. So we're going to focus on roadmaps. So this is a lunch and learn session, and we have Abir joining in. So I just want to quickly say hello to Abir. Uh, Welcome. We're just starting in. If I'm sharing my screen, Abir, and welcome.
Hi all, how are you?
Well, very well, very well. Thank you. Well, do a quick introduction as we move forward, and hopefully others can join in the meantime as well. Now, this is Lunch and Learn session. The topic is about roadmaps, how to develop strategic roadmaps. This session is for you. This is fun, light, easy session, nothing too complicated. And the recording will be available at the end of the session. That means you can enjoy your lunch. Uh, you don't have to take notes. Website on our website, the recording will be available. And with that, we'll quickly start with the quick introductions. And if you can please go around the room and quickly introduce ourselves. What I realized from last few sessions is I request everyone to introduce. I never introduce myself. So I'll do it differently. I'll start with myself first. My name is SP Singh. I'm from Bani Consulting. We partner with medium-sized businesses, understanding where they are from a business aspect and where they want to be from a business goals perspective. We work at technology layer to help them achieve the business goals. That's a little bit about myself. Along with me, I've got Harley. Harley is joining us as well. Uh, and he helps to do a lot of groundwork for these lunch and learn sessions and many other things we do. With that, I'll move to Mohammed. If you can please introduce yourself as well as what you are expecting from the session.
Hi, yes, my name is Mohammed Siddiqui. I work at Pilbara Metamaya Regional Aboriginal Corporation in Port Hedland. Yeah, this is my first time at Lunch and Learn, so see what is in this event and what we can get out of it. The topic looks good, so I'm excited to learn a bit more about roadmaps and how to implement systems within roadmaps.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Mohammed. Uh, Abir.
Hi all. Let me introduce myself briefly. Basically I am a .NET developer, and I have 4 years plus of experience in Epicor ERP, and I have created many processes in that. But my expectations from this session is I would be learning new techniques, and sometimes some processes are fail. So maybe this would be very helpful uh, in my future. Thank you.
Thank you, Abir. Kieran.
Hey, afternoon all. I'm Kieran O'Brien. So I'm, I suppose, an IT professional who's sort of specializes in ERP, and have worked in ERP for a while. So the topic I find interesting, and I enjoy the group here just to keep in touch. Probably for coming planning. Always something to learn. And I will declare myself and SP have worked together previously. SP has helped me with some services on recent project. That's it. General interest in the WA group in particular.
Thank you, Kieran. Jesse. Sorry, Jesse, we're just going through introductions. If you can please introduce yourself and what you'd like to achieve from the session. Okay, maybe Jesse is unable to hear us. We'll circle back. Jesse, over to you, Ian.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm Ian Butner from Holistic Strength. We do allied health therapies, largely in the NDIS space at the moment. We have roadmaps for all of our practitioners, for all our staff, in terms of what their growth is, their development, personally, professionally, where we're going to improve quality and what kind of technologies we're going to implement into the business over the year. So yeah, when this came up in terms of a roadmap, like the digital side, I'm interested to see if that is to do with technologies, and that strategy side, just what kind of strategies you recommend putting into those roadmaps. So yeah, interested to hear about that and see how we can apply that to the roadmaps that we currently have.
Appreciate it. Thank you for that, Ian. Okay, so thank you all for sharing your backgrounds and who you are and from different aspects. So we got Abir from a technical side. I wanted to see what this session is all about and how it can help for related to roadmaps. And we are looking from a more product career domain and see how roadmaps. So we are going to keep this holistic, and this session is for you. So at any point you feel like, okay, I want to jump in and talk, please jump in, talk, and we're going to make it more interactive session for everyone. Now, I'm going to start with few archetypes. Now, these are the archetypes you may have seen before. What we are going to establish is that it is not we don't have roadmaps. The gap is that our roadmaps are not strategic in nature. Let us unpack this topic a little bit in detail. Again, I'm reiterating, it is not that we do not have roadmaps. We have roadmaps, but they are not strategic in nature. I'm going to establish this point with 3 archetypes, 3 examples. Hopefully you will be able to relate with them. Okay, so let us go and see the first one. Meet He-Man. This was one of the cartoon characters when I was very young. You may be able to relate to him as well. He-Man likes to sit on decisions. Now, what happens is that any key decisions, he want to think it through, do tomorrow, want to sit and relaxed and say, any decisions, let's park it for tomorrow. And over a period of time, suddenly everything becomes urgent. And then the roadmap that comes out of this urgency is based upon urgency and not importance. Now, what it means for us at a more practical, I'll share with example. Imagine we have an organization. So in our organization, we have decision makers and executives. We know that the ERP product is going to be out of support in upcoming 2 years. We have discussions around it, but no formal decision is made. After a year and a half, suddenly everything is urgent. We just need to develop a good solid roadmap, which is based upon urgency, not importance, and somehow get live with the new ERP in 6 months' time. That's the first archetype. Now, in this instance, what I want to establish is it's not we didn't have a roadmap. We have a plan, we have a roadmap, but the roadmap is based on urgency, not importance. Let me introduce you to the second archetype, and this is Spider-Man. Spider-Man wants to look good. Now, while Spider-Man wants to look good, he wants to look like a star in the specific organization. He look for all the glittery stuff, and based upon what is cool, the roadmaps are developed. So the roadmap in this instance is based upon cool stuff and again, not importance. Now, the example of this archetype is someone joins the organization, they like to introduce AI, business intelligence, all the emerging technologies, not fully understanding where the organization is now, what are the key business goals. They want to somehow use all the fancy, cool stuff and hope that all this fancy new technology is going to make a massive difference. And at the end result, they may look good. Now, you may be able to relate for such archetypes. Let me introduce you to the third and final, and we'll try to conclude this. Now, meet Mickey Mouse. Now, Mickey Mouse is a jolly character. They like to go with the flow. They just want to do next thing, follow others, and the roadmaps are based upon consistency. They like to be consistent with what everyone else is doing, not looking back and see what actually is important to the organizations they are serving. Now, with these three archetypes, what we are trying to establish is that roadmaps in our organizations are available. That doesn't necessarily mean they are strategic. They may be based upon urgency, they may be based upon consistency, they may be based upon looking good, looking cool. As a result, what happens is that we feel like we are busy, but we are not making progress. And we'll try to establish this in the next slide. But while we are looking all these archetypes, I want to share that there are more than such archetypes. There are more than these three archetypes. And we are one of them. It's not like we're looking at others and not ourselves. We have these traits as well by default. So I look at myself. I try to do, or not try to, but I have this, call it a character flaw or whatever, but I have this tendency to sit on the decisions and try to rush things when I feel everything is urgent. So I have it. I'm sure we all have these, but I think it's good to have a self-reflection and see what's going on in our organizations as well. Now, to conclude, while we have these roadmaps, the roadmaps are not strategic in nature. As a result, we all are busy. We appear to make progress, but we do not go too far. It appears that, yeah, we all are busy when in terms of work, we are almost working in this maze. We are doing work, moving from one place to another and hoping that, yeah, we are busy and making progress, but we're not going too far. And the reason is we may not be investing our time and resources on the right thing, on the important stuff, on the strategic stuff. Now, this is like the first part I wanted to establish. It's the key thing is it's not just we have roadmaps, they are not necessarily strategic. So the first thing is to identify in our organizations, how are we working on the right roadmaps and how we can improve the ones which we have already. Now the question arises, you may be thinking, look, SP, okay, all well and good, but why should we bother? Why we need to have these strategic roadmaps? The answer is very simple. It is that for making progress, for making meaningful progress, we need strategic roadmaps. Once we have these roadmaps, we can go back and see where we are in that journey, and we can measure our progress against the baseline. Our success depends upon it because after hard work, we set that's what we're going to do. We measure our progress against it, and wherever the variations are, we improve and we are heading in certain direction which we have pre-planned already. So there's no question about it, we all need strategic roadmaps. Now the question is, okay, we establish it is important how to get there. Now, the second half of the session is all about how to get there. I'll stop there quickly. If anyone has any questions, comments, or anything they like to share before we move forward, just give me hands up, or please share anything you'd like to cover from your side. Okay, I assume okay, Kieran, you go.
Yeah, just quickly, I'm interested, particularly on this topic. I haven't found. It's hard to find a tool that really suits the purpose. So maybe if people are using tools for roadmaps, if they wanted to share them in the chat, if they on the basis of, oh, this tool is worth a look, that I would find that useful. I've used a few tools in this area before, but haven't found them to be as effective as I would have hoped.
Okay, thank you for that. So anyone who is aware of tools they are using in their organizations, or they're aware of tools to develop roadmaps, please share in the chat. In the next section, we will be covering how to develop the strategic roadmaps. With that, let's move forward. At any point in time, you feel like, KSP, you're not making sense, please jump in, ask questions. It's an open session. It is for you, not specifically me. So firstly, we go and cover the building blocks of strategic roadmap. And this is generic framework. It does not matter if it is a career roadmap, life roadmap, ICT roadmap, ERP roadmap. It does not matter which roadmap. This is a framework which I believe will serve the purpose of any roadmap. It is a framework. It is not specific procedure. So what are the 3 building blocks of strategic roadmap? It is very simple. It starts with knowing ourselves. It is being aware who we are as an organization. I'll take an example of organization so we can relate to it. So who we are as an organization, what capabilities do we have, what assets, resources, skills, knowledge, software, technology. So what we have, where we are right now, and from a business goals perspective, where we want to be in future. So the first part is knowing ourselves at a more holistic level and through different dimensions. The second part is we make strategic directions. That means we identify what we want and what we want to discard. And we'll cover this in a little bit more detail as we move forward. The third step is that based upon knowing who we are and making strategic decisions, we develop a plan, and that plan is our roadmap. So at a high level, it looks very simple. We know who we are, we make some strategic decisions, and then we move forward and develop a plan. That's really it. And we are going to unpack this building block in the upcoming slides. Okay, so let's cover first. This is an example. Hopefully, you're able to relate to it and see. This is an organization. As an example, we took business goals, people and culture and technology as 3 dimensions. There may be 5, 10 different dimensions, but just for simplicity, we pick 3 dimensions of an organization that we want to look from 3 different lenses. We want to look the organization through the past lens. We want to see from a present lens, and we want to see the organization from future lens. I'll take an example of business goals. Now, from a past, we can see what has been our vision, objective, and strategic priorities in the past, how well we have achieved those goals, how quickly they have changed. So we have a perspective before we move forward. From same thing from a present side, so where we are right now. From same thing from a future side, we look at this dimension and say where, from a business goals perspective, where we want to head in future. So for one dimension, we look from 3 different lenses, so we have a holistic view of that specific dimension that will help us in upcoming steps. Similarly, we look at people and culture, we look at technology. This gives us a holistic view of our organization. We understand ourselves better. Generally, I've come across many sort of exercises where generally it is present and future, and sometimes not even present, just future, and everything is future forward. I think it is really important for us to understand what happened in past, because if nothing changes, whatever happened in past is going to repeat again. It is just a behavioral thing that naturally happens. So past is important. So I'll reiterate, the first step is knowing ourselves. In the organizational context, we are looking at 3 different dimensions. We are looking for from three different lenses to have a holistic understanding of the organization. So imagine now we know inside out what our organization is all about. The second step is, so this is our second step in the road map, sorry. We make some strategic directions, decisions. So how we work on this is really yes and no. So things which we want to restrict, things which we want to say, we do not want these items going forward. That means from a business goals perspective, we do not want to go beyond Australia from the growth expansion perspective. It may be the strategic direction that organization has chosen. They may want to restrict from a say technology perspective, we want to restrict middlewares in general. So this is really understanding from all these different dimensions, people and culture, technology, business goals, what we want to limit, what we want to restrict, what guardrails we want to put in place. This is all the items we are saying no to. And what happens in general is when it comes to strategy, we talk a lot about strategy, but we find it hard to say no to. As an example, when Holly asks me for these sort of social media, which social media should we focus on? My general thinking is, oh, why not? We just go everywhere. We go Facebook, Instagram, we just go everywhere. But that's the problem, because now if we focus on say YouTube and LinkedIn, that is our target market, and we say no to everything else, or focus is just specific things, and that is all the strategy is. So we say no to certain elements based upon who we are as an organization, and then we say yes to things that matter to us. These are sort of things which are our strengths, which are the opportunities we can leverage, and risks we want to manage. So the key thing here is, based upon understanding of who we are as an organization, we facilitate with our decision makers and make some strategic decisions. Clear no and straight yes. That's really our second point. And the third one is where we want to make sure that knowing who we are and making those key decisions, we follow a very simple process, which is we understand our current state. So this is the step one. Where we want to be, this is our future state. What we have, that means what assets, what resources, what skills do we have to achieve our future state. We learn about our constraints. This comes from the strategic decisions we made in the last step. And then we list all the initiatives that are going to help us achieve our business goals. Based upon some logic, we develop dependencies, and that is our roadmap. Again, this is a framework. It is generic enough that I believe which we can apply to anything in general. With that, I think because this is more conceptual, let's take an example of a real organization. This organization is a health organization. It's not a real organization. It's a Northbridge Health. So we look at Northbridge Health from three different lenses. It is past, present, future. We look at three different dimensions, and there should be more: business goals, people and culture, technology. We look in past, what happened in past, where we are and where we want to be in all these three dimensions. Then we said yes to certain things, we said no to certain things. This is our strategy. Again, this is oversimplified way, so we can relate to it. So in this example, we have done step 1, step 2, and then there is a step 3. Based upon these 2 steps, we say these are the individual initiatives that we will be running, or we should be running, to achieve our business goals. And based upon the dependency, we have worked the sequence, which things can run in parallel, which things needs to be sequenced based upon the dependencies. And dependency can be technical dependency, resource dependency, budget dependency. There can be many. So that's where the art of road mapping comes. And then we define our key milestones, and that is our roadmap. I hope you can relate to it. We'll open for questions shortly. And the last but not least, I'm going to conclude this very shortly. Now, these are the closing thoughts, and I would like you to consider that roadmaps are everywhere. Roadmaps are in products, in ICT, in careers, in life. Most roadmaps, they are decided for us already. As an example, in our life, there is certain age by which we can draw our super. There is certain age by which we go to school, come out of uni, develop or build a family, buy a house, we upgrade, downgrade, and retire. So all of these things have been set as a roadmap. It's just not, they're not visible. Career is same. We start as an associate, then senior, and then some point in time we become a principal. These roadmaps are set already, and the ins and outs are there already. Similarly, ICT products, these roadmaps are designed for us already. They are not visible. But the question here is really, for the roadmaps that matter to us, they may be related to ICT, ERP, life, career, product. We must take an opportunity and design them because they matter to us. We should not just take what we have. We should go back, think, and say, these roadmaps matter to me. So I'll roll my sleeves, understand what I'm dealing with, and develop a more strategic roadmap to make a real progress. With that, I will stop sharing my screen, and it's a open session. So please jump in, share your perspectives, share your journeys. That's where most of the value is. So I'll encourage everyone to please jump in and have a good discussion, guys. Thank you for that. Okay, I'll stop sharing.
ASP. That was a nice topic, I thought. It's very, very relevant. And it's generally, it's a good example of why I enjoy this forum, because quite often you're the individual struggling with these type of items, and the question is, how relevant is that, and what stage and cadence does that fit in? So yeah, look, I found it quite interesting. So just well done on the topic. That's all I've got to add.
Thank you, Kiran. Thank you, Kiran. Appreciate it. Appreciate the feedback. Anyone else? Vian, how do you see? I know, okay, Abir has got hands up. Abir, over to you.
Well, that was such a nice topic, and a presentation as well. I realized that during this all, I realized that if you're working in any environment on any system, so we can also look at the people who are working in a system, which I realize sometimes if you're working on a platform and you are unable to achieve something, so you need to see the past and then in the present, if we are missing something in the stack, or if someone is unable to grow because of their small scope, right? So this was the achievement I got as a team member. um, that's all from my side.
Right. Now, this is really good point. I've learned later in the career, Abir, that looking at past is very important, and that is one of the reasons why when we are hiring employees, we have got behavioral questions, and this is one of the reasons, because if nothing changes, the same things will come and repeat itself. So past
Exactly.
is really, really important. Yeah. Thanks for sharing. Uh, Anyone else? Anything before we wrap up? Okay, no problem. Thank you all for joining. We'll wrap up here, and we will do the same topic, not sorry, same lunch and learn next month. So we will hear more communications from Harley. Please take 30 seconds and give us some feedback, and that will really help us a lot. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank
Same.
you.
Sorry. Thank you, Kiran.
Thanks, SP. Yeah, I was just wondering, have you any templates or references that you could just share with that material in the chat? Maybe
Yes.
just that would be helpful. I found it simple enough to engage broadly across the organization. So I'd be keen to see more of that, how we can execute that model.
Certainly.
Thanks.
So we'll have that entire thing on our website. We'll share over email as well. Right. All right. Thank you all.
See ya. Bye.
Cheers. Thank you.